So I just saw the new Martin Scorsese film, The Irishman, and it was pretty great. This is a movie that's very much reminiscent of other classic Scorsese films, not just in terms of the obvious casting choices, but in terms of tone and presentation as well. This is a movie that feels as though it very well could be plucked out of the 1980s. What's great about this movie is that despite its 3.5-hour runtime, I was pretty invested throughout. I think as long as you know that it's going to be a long movie before you start it, there should be no issue there. Apparently some people on Twitter actually devised a method for how you could watch it episodically, and sure, do that if you want, I guess, but I had no trouble watching it from start to finish. If anything, the fact that this movie's on Netflix means that you'll be able to take a bathroom break without missing anything. I absolutely love how many high-caliber directors are now legitimizing streaming platforms, and although I do find value in the theater experience, particularly at film festivals, if you've got a really good home theater setup, you're not really missing out on much in terms of the audio-visual experience. Anyway, this movie was thoroughly entertaining and didn't feel as though it overstayed its welcome. The performances were all fantastic. It's been a long time since I've seen De Niro, Pesci, and Pacino so clearly passionate about a project. Sometimes all it takes is the right director. The film looks great visually, and there are a few really impressive shots and sequences. In terms of story, it's all very familiar, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. The soundtrack choices were energetic and catchy and fit really well with the film. The age makeup in this film is really well done, and the performances from these actors really help the effect as well. As characters age, their voices change and their movements get more shaky. There's clearly a lot of thought and effort put into the presentation of this film, and I really appreciate it. The last hour of this film is probably my favorite. Everything really comes together, and the way that this film ends puts the entire piece into perspective. It's pretty fantastic that Scorsese is still doing great work at the age of 77. There are a lot of great directors that seem to really lose their magic as they get older, but Scorsese is not one of them. Anyway, I definitely recommend this movie. It's a really fun watch, and it seems as though everyone's really enjoying it, and I'm giving this one an 8 out of 10. Another film I saw was Knives Out, the new Rian Johnson movie. This film was also quite a lot of fun. This is probably my favorite film from this director, although I still haven't seen Brick. Basically, this is kind of an homage to older whodunit type Clue movies. Going into this movie, I was worried that it would be a pretty by-the-numbers approach, but halfway into this film, I was happy to realize that it subverted my expectations. The movie's got a great cast, and everyone fit their role pretty well, although I have to admit it was a little jarring to hear Daniel Craig doing a Southern American accent. Thankfully, I was able to get used to it, but when he first opened his mouth, it was very strange. The performance from Ana de Armas was probably my favorite. I spent a lot of the movie trying to figure out where I recognized her from, and oh yeah, she was in Blade Runner 2049. The music in this film is well used and helps with the tone. The cinematography is well done, and there is a healthy variety of differently framed shots. There are points where this film feels cheesy, but it's all pretty forgivable considering how much of an homage this is clearly trying to be. Or homage, I guess, because apparently I'm supposed to pronounce it that way, whatever. Anyway, this is a very enjoyable film that I think most people would like. The story was interesting, there were moments that were genuinely funny, there are clever setups with satisfying payoffs. So yeah, check this one out if you want. It's certainly one of the better movies playing in theaters right now, and I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10.